what do you think about feminism?
So it's like how to ruin a date with one word. And the girl asked, what do you think about feminism? And the guy's expression. Oh man, he's like already thinking, how can I get out of this situation?
Or just hearing that word, what does that kind of make you think of?
He doesn't know how to answer because feminism is a woman's supremacy movement, so you cannot make this shit up, guys.
All these girls have Tinder profiles that are like, swipe right if you have a boat, take us out drinking for the day. And all I can think about is this scene from Always Sunny.
Yeah, the what? The mattress? What do we need a mattress for? What do you mean, what do we need a mattress for? Why in the hell do you think we just spent all that money on a boat? The whole purpose of buying the boat in the first place was to get the ladies nice and tipsy topside so we can take them to a nice, comfortable place below deck and, you know, they can't refuse because of the implication.
Oh, okay. You had me go in there for the first part. The second half kind of threw me.
Well, dude, think about it. She's out in the middle of nowhere with some dude she barely knows. You know, she looks around her. What does she see? Nothing but open ocean. There's nowhere for me to run. What am I going to do? Say no?
Okay,
that's... Oh my god. I mean, what more is there to say? But, I mean, what this TikTok gets at is a greater truth, right? Which is the idea that women are saying swipe right if you have a boat and stuff like that, implying that they only swipe right on men that have that much money, right? A boat is extremely expensive, and the maintenance of it is extremely expensive. So the fact that the girl has that on her profile means that she's selecting out 99.95% of men. You see what I'm saying? And even then, she's selecting mostly based on income. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're liking the video, new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you'd like me to comment on a video compilation, maybe a Reddit post, please send the link to theheliosblog at gmail.com. Let's continue.
It seems really dark now.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Oh my god. So here's what it says. Stop dating broke females. They wouldn't date you if you was broke. I don't understand. Girls, regardless of whether you have money or not, are only going to date the top 20% of men. So what do you mean stop dating broke females? A girl with or without money is attracted to the same percentage of men. In fact, a girl with money is attracted to men with even more money than her. So, I mean, there's nothing to be said about that. Okay, this TikTok makes no sense. Next.
But the point is, I'm telling you, you know why the divorce rate is so high? You know why men screw around so much? You know why? Wait, I'm going to finish this. You want to know why men screw around so much? You want to know why men are waiting till 28, 29, 30 years old to get married? You want to know why men looking at other chicks all the time? You want to know why men stay out watching Sports Center with their buddies all the time? It's because they are sick and tired of the inequity of having to do all the traditional male tasks. Fix the car, make the money, pay the bills, pay the child support, blah, 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 and not get any of the traditional benefits of being with a traditional female.
That's indeed true. That's absolutely correct. The reason why men are forgoing marriage, and by the way, the marriage rate is 6 out of 1,000 in the West right now. In, you know, the age bracket of people that used to get married, which is like, you know, let's say 20 to 40, right? That's like the new marriage rate. That's what it is. And that's the reason, because women want all of the benefits with none of the responsibilities. They want to have a traditional man who protects and provides, brings home the bacon, but they want to just sit on their ass and do nothing and provide none of the benefits that men want. They don't want to be fit. They don't want to be submissive. They don't want to be cooperative. They don't want to be sexually loyal. They don't want to cook and clean. They just want to sit there and extract the resources of a man. And when a man sees this deal, why would you ever enter into a contract with a girl who then is incentivized to break it, who also is just leeching off you? It's utterly ridiculous.
We're fed up. We are fed up.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. It just...
Realizing, so here's what the TikTok says. Realizing that most girls are unloyal, genuine garden tools, or are too dry to even keep conversations with. Well, here's the thing. The irony, right, is that because there's so many men that are thirsty, that want to sleep with women, they give them so much attention, right? And because they get so much attention, the genuinely attractive girls, they are not incentivized to develop a personality. Because they're not incentivized to develop a personality, all they are is a body, a lot of them, right? And so because that's all they are, a body that goes from guy to guy, no man wants to actually, date them for real. They're recreational use only. They're, sleep with her a bit and then leave her at the curb, right? And then women complain about these men, not realizing that they are not bringing anything to the table. So why would men then commit?
It's got me so I don't know. I'm just...
This guy's upset because I'm trying to cut out the music, but anyway. Yeah, the guy's upset because, women are not doing what they used to do. And I find it sad too that I can't have the relationship that my grandparents had, which, maybe they argued, but they stayed together for more than 50 years, right? Nowadays, if a marriage lasts for 5 years, it's impressive, right? And that's why. It's because the modern world is a total disaster, right? Like, you can't get the kind of relationship that you want because all these girls are brainwashed, right? They're brainwashed into not knowing how to act, just using and discarding men, and then men have to adapt, right? And not commit. That's why so many men are walking away. One sec, let me just skip this advertisement here. Okay, so here's what the next TikTok says. Women just want to be there when he succeeds and can buy them purses, vacations, and nights out at the club. So this is the idea that women, they don't want to attach themselves to a guy who's on the rise. They want to wait at the finish line and sleep with the winners, right? Not realizing, and then they complain that they can't lock down a man at that point, right? Not realizing that there's not just one woman lined up for that guy if he's at the finish line. There's like 50. So a better strategy for the girl would be to get together with the guy when he's, in his early 20s, in his building phase, and just commit and have his children then. But they don't do that because in the modern world, it's all about me, me, me. It's all about women. And so they don't give men any credit until the men have gotten to the absolute apex of their value. And only then do they consider going after the guy. And then they complain that the guy won't commit.
And nights out at the club.
Why women's body count actually matters to guys, with the psychological studies proving that it does.
Yeah, so body count matters a lot, right? So, okay. Do you want to know what the best predictor of a long-term marriage is without divorce? The best predictor is N count. So, if the girl has an N count of 0, not the boy, by the way. The man's N count doesn't matter. It's the woman's N count. If the woman's N count is 0 before the marriage, okay, the likelihood of divorce is 20%. 1 in 5. So pretty low. If the woman's N count is 1, okay, so already, so one guy other than the guy that she's married, okay, then the marriage likelihood, the likelihood of divorce is 50%. After one partner, the divorce rate increases precipitously, right? To the point where it's like 80% or higher at an N count of 10 or higher. Do you understand? So N count is the best predictor of whether you're going to get divorced or not. So if your girl has an N count of higher than 0 before marriage, well, you know what they say. The expression is if she has an N count of more than 1, no diamond, right? And try finding a girl in the West who has 0 partners. Try.
Matter anyway, set aside. The old saying of women get to choose who they sleep with almost always made them seem like the prize, right? Well, when so many people have the prize, it's not a prize, it's just a participation award.
I mean, that's not wrong. The idea is that men don't want to be with a girl that other men have had. Men don't want to be with a girl that every other man has been able to also get. It means that she's easy to get. And if she's easy to get, it means she's a bad bet for paternity. So this is why men want girls in the rockstar phase, 18 to 23, with no baggage and no past partners. That would be optimal, right? But in the modern world in 2022, good luck. By the age of 18, these girls, some of them already have an end count of 10. So, I mean, guys, if you want to get married, the place to do it is not in the West. In the West, that's the place for making money and, you know, having a smorgasbord of options once you're a high-value man. Marriage and family and children, you must move to another country. And you can never move back. Because the second that you move back to this brainwash culture, the girl will be brainwashed and she will become a Western woman, and then she'll divorce you. So, like, there is basically no saving you if you move here and if you have a marriage and children here. If you consider the way that the laws work. Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue. Okay. Instagram model divorces Russian billionaire less than 1 week after the wedding. Last Sunday, Aspen Ashley, 22, married the son of a billionaire oligarch. Less than 7 days after the wedding, she filed for divorce. According to our sources, no prenuptial contract was involved, causing extreme controversy among the internet community. So, can anybody guess why this girl did what she did? The reason why she did what she did was for the cash and prizes, because alimony and alimony is given regardless of it's given based on, you know, the man's salary, right? So the man basically has to pay her like salary for having been in a relationship with him. So this girl got together with a guy for the express purpose of getting his money, right? And that's what it is, guys. Like, if you have a lot of money, a lot of value, if you've worked really hard in your life, there's a target on your back, and you need to watch out, because some of these girls will just get with you for the purpose of getting your money. They're not interested in you at all. They're interested in the cash and prizes. And again, this is why you need to understand the truth of the world, and this is why you need to have a lot of experience with girls before you get into these more serious relationships, because otherwise you're not going to have a good time.
Bro, there's no way this is real, bro. Oh my gosh, bro, that shit is insane. Some of the women on this planet are the most unreal human beings ever. Like, some of the biggest clout chasing, money hungry, evil human beings on this planet are women. And I don't want to be an asshole at all, because I know it's not most women at all. It's not most women. But it's actually mind-blowing the frequency of evil some women can actually reach. Because listen, I know guys can be asses too, but they are not operating on the way of evil that some of these chicks do, bro. Like, this is why so many dudes have trust issues. This is why so many dudes do not want to get into relationships, and why they don't want to be lovey with females and open up to them and just treat them right and just be kind to females. This is why, bro. This is why you got so many weird dudes that hop on TikTok and like, bro, all girls are the same. You can't trust any of these hoes, bro. Like, bro, I have never thought about getting a prenup ever in my life. But after what Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates' wife did, bro, it's
Guys, like, you cannot make this shit up. I mean, I already had a similar argument to what this guy did. I don't know if it's evil. Like, from the perspective of destroying a man's life, I guess you could say that it's evil. It's simply an execution of women's biological imperative, right? Which is to get the best genes possible and the best provisioning possible. And usually these two are not in the same man, right? So she gets the genes from an alpha male, and she gets the provisioning from a different man, right? So that's the story, right? So again, you need to really, really be careful if you're oh, by the way, also, this guy talking about he never thought about getting a prenup. Well, the implication is that he's thought about getting married. No, you don't get married, because prenups, what happens is the girl can make up some BS excuse and she can get the prenup thrown out, right? And then you still have to pay. So it's like you never had a prenup in the first place. So you should never, ever get married in the West. That is not, like, the two cardinal rules, okay, of relationships in 2022 is don't marry, don't cohabitate. Don't live with her, don't get married. Because if you do, you're on the hook. And once you're on the hook, then the real bad behavior starts.
I don't understand why you would trash a hotel like that, though. I mean, that just seems pretty inconsiderate. That was smooth as shit!
I don't understand at all what that TikTok was about. Oh, I do. The idea of that TikTok, the trash the hotel one, the idea is that women are basically being taught by these pop songs the most cancerous cultural ideas. And these cultural ideas, what they do is they teach women to act as poorly as possible, right? Instead of being good, you know, feminine, submissive, loyal, cooperative girls, it teaches them to be boss babes, strong, independent women, women that don't do as they're told, women that don't know their place. And because they don't know their place, they destroy every relationship that they're ever in, right? And it precipitously causes the fall of Western civilization. Okay, this guy here. It's a guy, and it's funny. It says, got divorced, got the house, all her assets, and got custody of the kids. She pays me child support and alimony. I don't have to work anymore. Let's see what he says.
I feel like a woman.
Okay, so the guy is talking about how it's not fair that women, they can end the relationship by, you know, cheating, lying, you know, being verbally A-word, being rude, being belligerent, being aggressive, being controlling, dominant, all of that stuff. They can do that, kill the relationship, the marriage, and then they get alimony, they get child support, they get the children, even though they were the ones that caused the problem. That's a lot of the reason why men are walking away today. The reason why they're walking away is because the deal is so skewed that men can literally not ignore it anymore. It's to the point, as I said, where men are getting married at a rate of 6 out of 1,000. It's basically no marriage at all. There is a marriage boycott, and it's because the laws are ridiculous. So again, if you want marriage to be reinstated, here is what needs to happen. Fault divorce, which means you must prove beyond a reasonable doubt there was infidelity, there was A-word, etc. There must be enforced monogamy, so you can only have one partner, and it's illegal to have extramarital partners. Like paternity test is should be mandatory, and you know, the guy should know that his children are his. And there should be no ability for women to get the children after divorce. So if a divorce does happen, the default is that the children go to men. That would fix basically all of the problems of marriage. And one more thing is end count should be released. Yeah, a woman's end count should be known, and should be heavily shamed if it's higher than a certain number. And the reason for that is that would just prevent all kinds of marriage problems, right? And to all of you in the comments that are going to say, you know, stuff like, woman's end count is their business. Why does it matter? Why can men sleep around and women can't? The reason is because men's ability to pair bond doesn't lessen with end count, but women's does. Basically, women's ability to pair bond and release oxytocin and actually have good marriage and relationship outcomes diminishes greatly with a number of past partners. So that's why. And shaming of like body shaming and also end count shaming, it should come back. And it should come back with a vengeance for women on women, because it's currently not done because of womanism, and it's actually having very negative effects on our society. Okay, let's continue. Next.
I don't want to hear why men always have to pay. Because women are the prize.
Girl. Women are not the prize. Men are the prize in relationships. And here's why. Women are hypergamous. Women want the top 20% of men. In order for a man to become a top 20% man, he has to work and fight and struggle and be a winner. So he has to, before he even gets to the point where he can date a girl, he already has to be better than 80% of men. As a result of this, more women are chasing a smaller group of men. Because of this, men are the prize. And because of this, women should stop being so entitled, because they cannot actually lock down a man with such an entitled attitude. A lot of men, what they're looking for is just a little bit of recognition, a little bit of thanks for the effort that they put in order to be a superior man, because that effort is not recognized or appreciated for many, many men. All right, let's go on to our Reddit post. This is from Dating Over 30. Emotionally unavailable guy I'm seeing turns out to be a divorcee. This is from 6 hours ago. Guys, if you're interested, please check my post history. I've been seeing this guy who I matched with in January. The problems with him came from communication via text and availability, also known as he's mysterious, which is what makes him attractive. So I gently told him the situation is becoming confusing. I'd like to avoid this and that it looks like we should call it a day. He requested we meet up and talk about it, so we did. He said he's in therapy, has had a big life change, and it's been a shock to him that he's not able to tell if he feels okay or not, but that he wants to continue trying. Since then, I've let him initiate, and it's been slow, but an improvement has been seen. He's respectful and kind, and I have no complaints about this. I also don't feel like he treats me like a rebound for bedroom fun or anything. All dates have been things he's tried to make be nice for me. I used the time a few days ago, since he is now away, to do a good old Facebook stalk. He doesn't have it. And I found photos of him and his ex-wife. Hit me right in the feels to see them with their wedding rings. Reminds me how this woman had the full love and attention and made me feel like I'm getting an empty shell now. I do genuinely want him to feel better though, and I know divorces can be traumatic. So as one human to another, I want him to feel better. I know that this is a huge risk for my heart. What if he never heals? Just for the info, he must have been around 26 when married, around 30 to 31 when divorced. Okay, and how do I proceed? So here's the conclusion here. This girl is attracted to an emotionally unavailable man, and she wants him to somehow become emotionally available. She also feels jealous because he has given a better part of himself to a different girl, right? And not to her. But she still wants him because he has pre-selection, because he clearly was in a marriage before, so he has something that women want, right? And here's another thing, guys, that I would warn you about. Many women that are looking for marriage, they actually actively target divorced men. And the reason they target divorced men is because divorced men were already stupid enough to get into the first marriage, so they'll likely be stupid enough to get into the second marriage, right? So if a girl is trying to use you for the cash and benefits, she's more likely to target you if you're a divorcee. So just keep that in mind. Another mistake is that this guy posted his relationship all over Facebook, and so any person with a Google search ability can just look you up and find all of your past, right? And then they can use that past against you, because that's what women do a lot of the time. They'll bring up things from the past and use it as ammunition for arguments in the present, right? And so if you as a man want to deal with that, you can do the same thing, right? You can also have ammunition so that the girl isn't just unilaterally attacking you with things from your past. Because again, human beings are not perfect, right? So if she's dredging up stuff from the past, you know, you can fight fire with fire. Okay, here's the edit. I'm not worried about the divorce part, but about the not fully opened up part, which leaves me vulnerable to heartbreak because I don't have inhibitions emotionally and I'm already falling in love with him. For info, after the divorce 1.5 years ago, he decided to leave home and move to the current country we both live in, where I met him. Right, so what she's worried about is that he's emotionally unavailable and she never knows if she can pierce through. Notice, guys, that these are the types of men that women choose. They always choose the emotionally unavailable guys. They always choose the guys who are pre-selected. They always choose the alpha males. They're not choosing men that are on the bottom 80%. They choose men that have already won. They choose men that are proven commodities. You see what I'm saying? And this girl who's over 30, she's still able to do this. Do you see what I'm saying? So, again, this girl has wasted the majority of her time on random hookups and random men. And then now she wants this guy to be the guy that she wants and not just another hookup, even though, of course, he is emotionally unavailable and probably just looking for a hookup. Okay, let's look at the top comment with no upvotes somehow. Okay, let's see. Do you know this for a fact, or is this stuff you spun up based on looking at a few pictures? Could any of your previous relationships be accurately surmised based on pictures you posted on one social media platform? He's referring to that comment where it said, it made me feel like she got the best of him. So guys, something that I want you to keep in mind is that on social media, people post their highlight reel, the absolute best parts of their life. And then people compare their regular reality to the highlight reel of other people. And that is a recipe for total unhappiness. You cannot compare yourself to another person's highlight reel and expect to be happy, right? So my recommendation for you is to not use social media at all. Okay, let's look at another comment. Personally, I'm always wary of recent divorcees. I dated one for a year. The first 5 or 6 months, he was super keen, and then about 6 months in, he started pulling away, getting overwhelmed, and even told me he missed his ex-wife and felt guilty. I realized I'd been ignoring the emotional unavailability red flags and just hoping he'd eventually come around. It ended in total heartbreak for me, and I vowed to never again get myself in a situation like that. Granted, everyone is different, but if you're already seeing signs that he's emotionally unavailable, run. Don't make the same mistake I did. It's really funny because, again, this girl, by her own admission, shows that she chose a man who's emotionally unavailable. You see? So women are actively choosing men like this. So it's actually reverse. She says, don't make the same mistake I did. But if you look at women's past history, that's what they're doing. Emotionally unavailable, super attractive, super pre-selected, super charismatic, etc., etc., super talented. These are the men that women pick. So just keep that in mind, guys. Be that guy as opposed to the loser guy that kisses her ass and is a taxi. All right, we're going to end the video there. So if you're new to the channel, liking the videos, please hit the sub and hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with the points I'm making, please leave me a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my stuff. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.